Friday, August 28th, 2020, Maneco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. A quick update for the traders out there, or even for anyone who likes to follow the markets. The dollar index is looking precarious in my opinion, the technical picture. I hadn't looked at the chart for a while, but I've looked here at the weekly chart, and we're fast approaching the low we made in 2018 at 88.25. Yes, we're testing here the low of the year, just above 92. I think we're around 92.20 right now. And as you can see from this chart, I've done a Fibonacci retracement analysis. And usually in the Fibonacci sequence, the Fibonacci numbers, the important ones are 61.8 retracement and the 38.2, but the 50% is also very important in terms of technical analysis. As you can see here, usually when we break through the 50% retracement, like we've done here in the dollar index, there's usually a period of consolidation of a few weeks or so, maybe a few months, between the 50% and the 61.8% retracement. But as you can see with the dollar, that hasn't happened. It's traded right through those technical levels like a hot knife through butter. And last week we saw the dollar rebound. It looked like it had bottomed, but seeing the price action towards the end of the month here doesn't look very good. And that's why I think we could see the dollar test that 88 level in a matter of weeks, maybe in a month or so. It's difficult to say. But before I finish and sign off, I just wanted to touch upon this book here, The Triumph of Gold by Dr. Franz Pick. Franz Pick used to write a currency yearbook, Pick's Currency Yearbook, back in the 50s and 60s. And his major clients were central bankers. So he knew what he was talking about. This is what the guy who wrote the introduction to the book, Henry Jarecki, here he is. This is what he says here in the book. And I'll just read it for you. And then you make your own mind. It says, Pick told me the most important prediction I made was very romantic. In August 1931, my new wife Peggy and I lived in Paris. That summer, she went to Bohemia to visit my parents, and knowing she would be gone for a month, I went sailing. I sailed from Holgate, the small French village where William of Normandy first gathered with the 15 men who went with him to Hastings in 1066, to England. But when I arrived there, in the small town of Cowes, that's in the Isle of Wight actually, to be exact, I found so many other boats there that I could not moor. Small boats, one after the other, were bringing sailors to shore from nearby battleships. I asked one of the sailors, why? He said, young man, we're going on strike. Why? I asked. For higher pay, he said. Knapp had taught me that currencies fall when there's a rupture in the state, and I thought striking sailors were a manifestation of such disorder. I concluded that the currency had to fall, and so I ran to the telephone and called the Czech financier Peček to tell him to sell the pound sterling short. That was on August 10th, 1931. Peček sold 1 million pounds short, half to the Czech National Bank and half to Kleinworts in London. On Yom Kippur, which happened that year at Equinox on September 21st, 1931, sterling was devalued and Peček made $1 million. Why do you mention the Equinox? I asked this hyper-rationalist. I have a theory about devaluations on the Equinox. I published it once in a book. I learned currency from Knapp, Pick continued, referring to Georg Friedrich Knapp, the Prussian professor of monetary theory. So there you go. I found that interesting about the currency devaluations during the autumn or fall equinox. And yes, the dollar has been dropping since March, but it could accelerate in the autumn. Are they having strikes in the US like they were having in the UK? No, but we're seeing a lot of disorder, a lot of social unrest in the US. I just watched some videos from a story on Zero Hedge about the delegates for the Republican National Convention coming out of the White House and being abused by protesters and the police getting involved. It doesn't look very pretty. So there you go. Dollar index not looking great. I think we could move fairly quickly lower. So there you go. If you enjoyed this quick and short analysis of the dollar index, make sure you hit the like button. Please share it far and wide, and think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't yet. I wish you all a great rest of the day. Take care. Bye.